I'm passionate about it because when I started, I can recall the days where I was the only woman in a management meeting.
Hi everyone, and welcome to On Purpose. Today, I'm joined by Nefertiti Greene, who is the head of Mars Petcare division for science and diagnostics. Nef, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks so much for having me, Kristin. Happy to be here today.
Obviously, I love the animal health space, but what attracted him? You were a senior executive at Johnson & Johnson, and when you got that call from Mars, an incredibly well-respected company, to join animal health, how did that conversation go?
My father always encouraged my brother and I to think about diversity of experiences. He used to have this expression that you must always have more arrows in the quiver. So constantly be a lifelong learner, explore, and try new things. And so when I was approached by Mars, the concept of taking years of human health experience and really changing the patient. So instead of having humans as a patient, having our furry companion animal friends as a patient, but still focused on, can you make a difference using science, data, technology to improve animal health and wellness, was interesting to me. So I thought, hey, let me give that a try and see if I can make a difference and have an impact on outcomes.
So as you look at sort of the purpose of Mars, creating a better world for pets, talk to me a little bit about what that purpose means to you and how it really connects with you personally.
It's so clear within the organization that we are expected to make a difference, whether that's with the environment and sustainability, whether that's a better world for pets, whether that's a better world for our associates. And I know for myself that having a personal responsibility to make that difference is really important to me.
So one of the things that I know you're incredibly passionate about, and where you've had an incredible impact, is really lifting women up and helping them to flourish and to really, change the game of bringing more women into business. Talk to me a little bit about what that means to you and how you're doing that.
I'm passionate about it because when I started, I can recall the days where I was the only woman in a management meeting, and how difficult that is and hard to express to people, perhaps that you don't feel like you belong or you're not treated as if you belong. So I always promised myself that as I grew within my professional career, that I would always lift others up. It's our responsibility to pave the way for the future, but also to bring people along with us. I spent a lot of time also on women in STEM, and I think it's important that we help to support them in their educational journeys, but to provide opportunities and paths in corporate America as well for those in STEM backgrounds.
So Nef, I know you are a lifelong athlete, I believe a lacrosse player, a tennis player, I know you've been a coach. Talk to me about how sports has influenced you and the sort of the impact it's had on your career and your leadership.
I am. I'm a lifelong lover of sports. I'm a sports addict, if you will. I've played, I've coached, I've actually even refereed.
Wow. I mean, not just at home, you mean?
Not just at home, actually on the field. And I think you learn so many different things. And they're all applicable to the work that we do on a day-to-day basis. I would say some of the lessons that I've taken from being an athlete and playing on a team at the collegiate level is just the importance of understanding the role you play on a team, what is your particular purpose out there on the field, and how does that relate to the other members of the team. It's an incredibly important dynamic and understanding how to pick yourself up from losses, but also how to celebrate one another in wins. And I bring that to work each and every day.
So tell me, what was your position on the lacrosse team? Since you've now brought position in, I need to know.
I was a defensive player. And so, they say, offense wins games, but defense wins championships. So I'm big and supportive of defensive players out there.
So as you think about leadership sort of in these uncertain times, and I think leadership has truly evolved, what do you think a good leader looks like today, and maybe how that's evolved in your thinking from what it might have been 10 years ago?
Wow, the world is just so different than when we started working 30 years ago. I can't believe it's been 30 years, but that's a whole nother conversation. We used to try to treat people the same way. I know when I started, it was like everyone had to have a black suit and a white shirt and, heels. And today, we want our colleagues, our associates to come to work and be their authentic selves. We want to create environments where each and every person can be successful being who they are and bringing their best selves to work. There can only be one Kristin. There can't be multiple Kristins. So how do you create environments that allows everyone to thrive and be successful? And to do that in today's world, I think leaders today we have to listen and learn and just be more thoughtful about what's important to our people.
Well, look, I think you're just such a phenomenal role model for women. So I want to thank you for that. And thank you for joining us for another episode of On Purpose. I'll see you next time.